Hello and welcome to After the Buzzer, where we recap the latest games in Butler athletics. My name is Eva Hallman, multimedia editor of the Butler Collegian, and I am joined by
Sarah Hohman, sports editor of the Butler Collegian.
And what we just watched is the Butler men's basketball game versus Eastern Michigan. The final score was 94-55. And Sarah and I are going to recap the entire game for you. We're going to give you some of the key players and then just some of the details of the game. Then we're going to hear from Coach Thad Mata and then just sum it all up. So first off, Sarah, can you please tell us a little bit about some of the key players of today's game?
Yeah, I'd definitely start off by saying this was a tale of two halves. Butler definitely got off to a slow start, but picked it up in the second half of the first half, right before halftime. And the offense was pretty evenly spread out with points. But I definitely say a key player is Pierre Brooks, who put up 16 points and 5 rebounds on the night. And he's just been a really reliable guy for Butler's offense. It seems like whenever you can get him open and give him the ball, he will make the shot.
Yes, absolutely. And some of the details of the game. Butler's three-point percentage was fairly low, a little higher though than the exhibition game versus Franklin College. It was 27.3%, making 6 of their 22 attempts of a three-pointer shot. However, their points in the paint was 48, and Butler took advantage of all of the free throws they were presented with, and they made 16 out of their 19 shots. Defensively, the Bulldogs scored 23 points with turnovers against the Eagles. And again, like Sarah said, the momentum really picked up in the second half. They scored 60 points just alone in the second half, which just shows you the momentum. So Sarah, kind of what is your opinions finally after the match of what happened?
Yeah, I definitely think the bench needed to contribute more in the second half. That was my thought process going into the first half. They only contributed 7 points to the total score in the first half, and that definitely picked up in the second half. And I also have to give credit to Pasha Alexander for helping with that. It seems like he really moved the ball around for those bench players when he stayed out on the floor, especially Connor Turnbull, who obviously proved to be a key player on the bench as he scored 13 points, and most of those came in the second half, if not all. And I think that was definitely a key part of that second half momentum.
Yes, and let's hear from Coach Thad Mata and a few of the key players of today's game to see their thoughts of how the game went.
We just got stops, to be honest. In the first half, they were getting every offensive rebound, and that's how they were scoring, basically. And in the second half, we were just getting stops, one shot, and then pushing it in transition.
It's funny. We talked about two things specifically, and that was taking care of the ball. And the question you just asked, some of those turnovers were miscues. That's the thing. And as I told you guys, I told the staff throughout the course of the game. I mean, there's so many areas I think this team can get better at. But the message at halftime was stay the course.
Thank you, Coach Thad Mata, and some of the players for giving us your thoughts on the game. The Bulldogs will be back in Hinkle Fieldhouse on Friday, November 10th. It is against Southeast Missouri State at 8:30 p.m. Kind of a late tip-off compared to today's 8 p.m. Again, that is this Friday, November 10th. Again, this has been the Butler Collegian After the Buzzer, where we give you all the details of today's game. Again, my name is Eva Hallman, multimedia editor for the Butler Collegian, joined by
Sarah Hohman.
And we'll see you at the next game.